Good afternoon, Big Brother fans. It is me, Mike, a.k.a. Big Brother Gossip, and it is Tuesday, May 27th. And we're still more than 40 days out from Big Brother, but I'm trying to get in the habit of podcasting at least once a week, if not more, leading up to it. And so I actually threw out a question today to my followers on Blue Sky, asking for a topic to talk about. And Kelsey from the site, from Blue Sky, was kind enough to offer a suggestion asking me to talk about expectations that fans might have regarding the reality shows on CBS like Big Brother and specifically Survivor, which is happening. Apparently there's a big announcement tomorrow for Season 50 of Survivor. For those of you that aren't Survivor followers like me, I watched it. I watched a lot of Survivor when, back in the teens at the latest. I don't know. You've heard me talk about it. I even was fortunate to have, I've kind of known a couple people that have been on it. Well, I've met a couple of people that have been on it very early on, and then I actually knew one of the cast members from a couple seasons ago, Brandon, that I knew because of my Sequester connection. So I watched his season. I met Teeny, what's his name? I can't think of his name. Nick? No. Anyways, I met a couple people from the next season of Survivor last summer. Very cool people. So I watched that season as well, but I didn't watch the most recent season. I'm not watching. I don't know if I'm going to watch the season 50 or whatever, but I do have thoughts about Survivor. We have a casting going on currently for Big Brother 27. But again, the talk about expectations about what people are, because there's, at least I know it's happening on Twitter too, but on Blue Sky, there's people that are very upset about some of the potential cast members or the way casting is going for Survivor. Let's think about this. And I think Kelsey mentioned specifically maybe about Big Brother 22, which was the all-star season of Big Brother 22. There's several things that go into making a cast, right? Especially when you're talking about an all-star cast. But we can talk about general casting as well, right? But for the all-star casting purposes, first of all, the casting agents, they have to find people that are willing to drop everything they have going on and, leave their regular lives for at least a couple weeks, 3 weeks, 4 weeks minimum. And more than that, when you have to devote your time to the post-show stuff and all this, it's a lot. So of all the Survivor cast members there have been, and there have been many, but we got to talk about the ones that were popular, right? They've got to find the ones that aren't doing anything that they can't walk away from. That eliminates a good chunk of people right there that they can't because of their jobs. Assuming they have jobs, right? And some of them do. There are people that just can't do that. So that eliminates a chunk of people. Then you have to find the people that are willing to go, suffer this. And let's keep this in mind. I guarantee you, all of these people are getting offered more than just a, minimal. They're getting paid decent money to go do it this time around. There's no way they're going, I'm going to win. Matter of fact, it's very possible that some of the people that are on this upcoming season 50 of Survivor are going to make more money just by going than if they win, right? So keep that in mind. Matter of fact, there was talk about, if we go cut real quick to the traders, how a lot of the traders on the last season of Traders didn't really care about the prize money because they were making more money than the prize money just by being there, right? They were getting paid a good chunk of money. The prize money was kind of fluff. That's why they could play a little bit loosey-goosey and over the top, which is what they want anyways, right? Okay, so we got people that can't go because of their jobs. We got people that just don't want to go do that. And then we have people that they don't want So you're cutting the available list of people down. And also keep this in mind. This is my opinion. I definitely have zero inside information. There are people that do not want to go, but they aren't going to tell you they don't want to go. They are going to say, yeah, I didn't get offered. Maybe they did get offered, but they don't want to go. There's also people that are not getting offers that are going to say, I got offered, but I turned them down. Right? That's going to happen. So some of you are very disappointed at some of the people that said that they got offered, but they're turning it down, or they didn't get offered. Well, understand, some people got offered, and they're probably saying they didn't get offered because that will read better than going, because they don't want to go. And then there are people that didn't get offered, but they don't want to show that they didn't get offered, so they're going to say that. So I think most of you all understand how all this works. So you have to filter through all of that crap to figure out who really is CBS making the offer to and who really is interested in going. And I just think they're getting the best that they can out of that crop. Then there is the politics, right? Yep, politics are going to play a part of this now, because we are all very concerned, and I'm saying that kind of tongue-in-cheek, but trust me, I am too, that there are certain people that if they showed up on a season of Big Brother, go back to casting for Big Brother 22, there are certain people that if they showed up on the season, I'd be like, what the hell are you doing bringing that person back? Right? And we all have different levels of tolerance for that, correct? So whereas I might be really offended, let's talk in Big Brother terms. Well, I don't even want to name names, but let's take it to an extreme. Let's say they announced that Justin from Big Brother 2 was coming back on a All-Star season. Well, a lot of people would have a problem with that, right? What if they said that, I don't know. I don't want to throw anybody under the bus. What if they, here's an example, and I don't mean to throw, but I am going to kind of throw it. What if they said Amanda from Big Brother 15 was coming back? Now, Amanda was definitely liked by a lot of people. I did an interview with her after her season. And I have communicated with her dad. But there is a decent amount of the fandom that would not be okay with that, based on partially what went on inside the house, but what has transpired with her outside the house afterwards, right? So how would I feel personally, me right now, as I'm asked, Amanda's going to be on the next All-Star season of Big Brother, how would I feel? I wouldn't not watch it, but there are people that would not watch it, right? I would be willing to forgive her some of her transgressions and things like that, and watch it. But again, I totally get why some people would be against it. So the same would transpire, but other people would be an absolute hardcore no. Other people, I would be a hardcore no on Justin, but some people out there would be okay with it, like it or not. All right. So we've got that various levels of I don't want those people on. So people are reacting to some of the Survivor casting and being like, how dare they cast this? Why are they casting this person? I specifically saw somebody say, I see the number of people that have maybe what seems to be a felt upon political affiliation. And they're very bothered by that. And it seems like they only want people that match their political views on this season 50 of Survivor. Right? I better look at my time here, because I only have 15 minutes. Okay, I'm at 9 minutes. By the way, those of you that have never heard this before, because there's always a first-time listener, my name's Mike. My account is BB Gossip on Twitter and on Blue Sky, but I'm really not on Twitter anymore. I'm just there so that you can find your way onto Blue Sky to find me. I've been following Big Brother since the beginning. yada, yada, all that good stuff. Thank you for listening. Those of you that are fans, thank you for being patrons. I have a few patrons. You can go to patreon.com/bbgossip if you want to become a patron. Shout out again to Cheryl, who signed up last week to be a patron. I appreciate you, and I owe a shout out to all my patrons sometime very soon. I will get with that. All right, back to what I was talking about. There are people that are upset that there seems to be a decent number of people of both, whichever way you want to lean politically, right? Let's say it's 50-50. I don't even know if it's 50-50. I have no clue what it is. It's an unacceptable level for at least a few people I've seen posting on Twitter. You need to understand, or on Blue Sky, you need to understand, and some of you do, I know this, but some of you don't. Guess what? About half the fandom of Survivor probably doesn't agree with you politically. Whichever way you lean, half of the fandom doesn't agree with you politically. And they would be happier to see people they agree with politically on Survivor if it's going to get political at all. I know this because I know that's how the same thing runs for the Survivor, for the Big Brother community. There's a lot of people in Big Brother that don't agree with me politically, that are Big Brother fans. But they've listened to me or they followed my thing because I don't usually bring politics into the Big Brother world, right? A lot of politics haven't, but they've crept in the last few years. But I can say, without a doubt, that roughly half the people that followed me over on Twitter are not going to follow me on Blue Sky because Blue Sky is seen as leaning a particular direction politically. I would say you can get there and you can filter out things, but same people would say, well, you can go to this other site and go there and do it and filter things. And it's like, okay, well, I'm not doing it. Well, they're not doing it. Okay, I get it. Just be aware that CBS has to take all this into account when they're making a show. They have to please their viewing audience. The online audience is not as big of a factor as the viewing audience. It is still a far tiny percentage. So they've got to cast people that they think are going to appeal to a wide base of viewership. So as Kelsey asked, or said, I talked about lowering your expectations. Lower your expectations for what you're going to see in the cast. If you're a fan of the show, you're going to have to grin and bear a few of the casting decisions because they are going to cast across a wide spectrum of people because they are trying to please a wide spectrum of fan of the show. I really think I'm not telling anyone anything they don't already know, but I'm glad Kelsey gave me a topic to talk about. You are welcome to post at me, or Skeet, if you want to call it Skeet. You are welcome to yell at me on Blue Sky. If you want me to talk about a topic, I will happily do it. Right now we're running at 15 minutes per podcast because I haven't cracked open my wallet yet to pay Spreaker to up myself to a longer thing. I don't want to do that yet. I'm still holding out, hoping for an offer to do it at a discount, and I haven't seen the discount yet. So once that cracks open, I'll be able to talk longer than 15 minutes at a time, which may drive some of you crazy. But I appreciate everyone's support. Even if you aren't a patron, just listening to this or the commercials that pop on at the end of this, because I specifically only have commercials at the end, I do get a little bit of income from that. So listen to the commercials if you can, but if you don't, that's okay too. But it gives me the option to put them on at the beginning, in the middle, or at the end, and I say only at the end because I don't want to force you guys to listen to stuff you don't have to. I just appreciate you listening. Share it with your friends if you find this interesting. And again, holler at me on Blue Sky, or you can always email me, ilovereality@gmail.com. And I try to reply to any emails I get. If I don't, it's because I read it when I wasn't able to reply at the same time. And with that, my timer is at 14 minutes, so I'm going to sign off. Hope you have a wonderful Tuesday. Hope you had a good 3-day weekend for those of you that are able to have 3 days. For those of you that work over the weekends, I'm sorry, but thank you for working when those of us that don't have to didn't. Okay? Enough said. Goodbye, everybody. Take care. Thanks. Bye-bye.